The glass doors slammed shut as security surrounded her. Guests whispered, cameras recorded. A hotel manager pointed at the calm black woman standing by the reception desk and shouted, "Get her out of here. She doesn't belong in this place." Before anyone could react, the manager's hand cracked across her face. The slap echoed through the marble lobby, freezing every soul in the room. But as the crowd gasped, the woman didn't shout or defend herself. She just smiled. Because in less than 2 minutes, everyone watching would learn the truth. The woman they humiliated owned the entire hotel. The Grand Dorian Hotel gleamed like royalty that afternoon. Crystal chandeliers glowing, marble floors polished to perfection, and staff trained to recognize important guests from a mile away. But no one recognized the woman who had just walked through the doors, carrying a small leather folder and quiet confidence. Her name was Imani Brooks, though the world would soon know it differently as the woman who owned it all. She approached the reception desk, smiling politely. "Good afternoon. I have a private meeting scheduled in the executive suite." Behind the counter, Lauren Pierce, the duty manager, looked her up and down, her expression tightening. "Executive suite," she repeated. "Are you sure you're in the right hotel?" Imani's tone stayed warm. "Yes, please confirm under my name." "Imani Brooks," Lauren forced a laugh. "Ma'am, that suite is for board-level meetings only. I think housekeeping or guest services might be down the hall." Guests nearby turned. A man raised his phone, already sensing a scene. Imani took a calm breath. "I'm not here for housekeeping. I have a meeting with the general manager." Lauren leaned closer, her voice cutting through the lobby. "I said that room is not for outsiders. You can't just walk into a 5-star hotel claiming appointments you don't have." Security guards began to approach. The murmurs grew. A woman whispered, "She's handling this so calmly." Imani met Lauren's glare without flinching. "You could check the system instead of assuming." Lauren's smirk sharpened. "I don't need to check anything. I know when someone doesn't belong here." Imani's voice softened, but her words landed like stone. "Then you just made your first mistake today." Lauren's nostrils flared. "Excuse me?" Before Imani could respond, the hotel's general manager, Ethan Clark, appeared, already frowning. "What's going on here?" Lauren gestured dramatically. "This woman's causing a disturbance. She's pretending to have a meeting upstairs." Ethan looked Imani over, then nodded toward security. "Escort her out." "We don't tolerate this behavior in our lobby." Imani remained still. "You're making a decision you can't take back." Ethan folded his arms. "Is that a threat?" "No," she said, her voice calm as ever. "It's a warning." The guards moved closer. One reached for her arm, and then it happened. Lauren stepped forward, rage flashing through her arrogance, and slapped Imani across the face. The sound cracked through the air like a gunshot. Guests gasped. A child screamed. The guards froze mid-step. Phones lifted in unison, recording. Imani stood motionless, her head slightly turned, the red imprint of Lauren's hand burning against her cheek. But her eyes, steady, cold, commanding, never blinked. "You shouldn't have done that," she said quietly. Lauren sneered, still trembling. "You think you can walk in here, make demands, and disrespect me in my own hotel?" Imani's lips curved into a faint smile. "Your hotel!" Ethan snapped. "That's enough. Get her out now." At that moment, the elevator chimed. 2 suited men stepped out carrying security folders. One whispered something into Ethan's ear, his expression collapsing in real time. "What did you say?" Ethan asked, voice cracking. The man stammered, "Sir, she's the new majority owner. The acquisition papers were signed last night." Lauren blinked. "What?" Imani turned fully toward them, rubbing her cheek lightly. "Would you like me to reintroduce myself?" She reached into her folder and placed a document on the desk. "Imani Brooks, CEO of Brooks International Holdings. As of 9 a.m. today, I hold controlling interest in the Grand Dorian and all its affiliated properties." The lobby went silent except for the hum of phones streaming live. Imani's voice carried smooth and unshaken. "And this," she added, pointing to the red mark on her face, "is how your management welcomes its new owner." Ethan's face drained of color. "Miss Brooks, I had no idea." "You didn't need to know," she interrupted. "You just needed to act with respect." Lauren's voice trembled. "Please, I'm sorry, I didn't mean—" Imani raised a hand. "Don't apologize to me. Apologize to every guest who just learned what this hotel really stands for." Phones recorded every word. Some guests clapped softly. One woman whispered, "Finally." Imani turned to Ethan. "Gather your senior staff right now." Minutes later, the entire management team stood in a line across the lobby. Cameras flashed as Imani addressed them. "This hotel is a symbol of hospitality. Today, it became a stage for humiliation. Effective immediately, every employee who witnessed and stayed silent is on unpaid suspension. Ms. Pierce and Mr. Clark, your employment ends now. Lauren's knees buckled. Please, I have a family. So do the people you humiliated daily, Imani replied. You used power as a weapon. Now it's gone. Security escorted them out as applause swelled through the lobby. Some guests cried. Others streamed live to millions. Imani faced the cameras. This isn't revenge, she said. It's correction. The Grand Dorian will no longer operate on privilege, but on principle. That evening, the story dominated headlines. Hotel staff slaps black CEO fired minutes later. The video hit 80 million views in a day, but Imani wasn't finished. She called an emergency press conference. Standing before reporters, she declared, "From this moment forward, every Brooks International property will enforce a zero-tolerance dignity clause. No guest, employee, or visitor will ever be judged by how they look, but by how they act." Applause erupted. Cameras flashed like lightning. A month later, a journalist asked, "Miss Brooks, what went through your mind when she slapped you?" Imani smiled softly. That sometimes life gives arrogance a microphone so the whole world can hear its downfall. The reporter hesitated. "And what did you feel afterward?" She looked straight into the camera. "Nothing," she said, "because power doesn't feel, it decides." Her words echoed across every screen, every headline, every boardroom where silence once ruled. And somewhere in that same hotel lobby, the echo of that slap still lingered. Not as pain, but as proof that dignity, once tested, always returns stronger. If you believe real power doesn't scream, it stands tall even when struck. Prove it, like this video, share it everywhere, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from and what moment hit you hardest. Subscribe.